Welcome to my Sorare journey, episode 83, with a huge start across the new season. You may see a relegation on screen. That is my limited team that I do not care about, but what you might see below it, claim reward. So let's see what we've won. So if you don't know, I'm focusing on the Premier League Sorare competitions this year. First up, 5th place, over 400 points in the very first in-season competition of the year. Incredible. 13th place in the classic competition in Division 2, 418 points, even more points, and then all of these different boxes across everything else. I'll show you the teams later, but I know what you really want to see. Let's see the rewards, starting with 5th place. How much do we get? £153, and when you see the team, you'll realise that could have been a lot better. Now, I'm going to get rid of the limited box just to get it out of the way. 3 stars box. I hate how they have these little reveal of what you've got, like the stars boxes. If you don't know, obviously 3 stars is better than 2 stars, and then whatever this is going to be 4 stars. So 4 stars is better than 2 stars. You can see the stars on the box. Might be quite obvious, but it took me a little while to get, which I'm not ashamed to admit. And then hopefully out of these we can get something good. I think a lot of the majority will just be essence, but I think you can get players, or if not, we'll try and craft someone over the long season. I like to go for that kind of more guaranteed success. So yeah, I think let's start with tier 3. I don't think there's many actual card rewards in the classic competition now. It's mainly box focused. So this could be anyone from a tier 3, except for it's got to be in the Premier League. Moroccan defender from Man United, Mazraoui. Okay, I am very, very pleased with that. I think he'll be a big hit. My only concern, I need to speak to some United players, or comment down below. I don't know how nailed he is. Obviously, he's a right back normally, but Dallo will play there. But he also could shift to left back when Luke Shaw's injured, which is all the time, really. So let me know if you think that's a hit or a miss. But for me, that seems like a big win. Let's see what sort of price he's selling for. Obviously, he's brand new to Man United. So, yeah, £83. I'm really pleased with that. Let's just check if that's true to the last sales or if people are just trying their luck there. That was definitely people just trying their luck. It looks like he's selling between the £40 and £50 range, which, when you add that to all of the boxes which will open shortly, and you add it to the £150 cash, we're already at a £200 game week. And we have a lot more to go, so let's see. We're starting our balances with 21 limited essence and 50 rare essence, and we'll just get rid of the tier 3 box. We'll see what comes out of the limited box, but not the division I'm focusing on. 5 limited essence, but now we're going to rip open all of these. So the 2-star to start, I should probably check what's in them first. 3 essence, but yeah, I'm actually going to see what you can get in them before I get hyped. Whilst I'm checking, I started with the relegation, but 3 promotions, all in the Premier League. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so in the 4-star box, the best possible outcome I can get is 20 card essence. Now, I know a lot of people have been mentioning this on Twitter, and I've thought about it myself, but if you can finish in 13th place, and the best thing you can get is, Mazraoui, which I think is one of the better rewards, and a tier 5, essentially, which is 20 essence, which isn't even guaranteed. I feel like that does need a slight buff. Now, I completely love the new system, the new, essence, the new in-season competition, but Classic at the minute just feels a bit completely redundant. They might as well go down to 0 value. That's almost the way it's positioned. I do feel it needs slightly more, not a huge amount more, but just, yeah, maybe there is too much focus on the in-season cards, because I'm going to rock through these. Let's see what we can get, though. So, tier 2, we're just hoping for more essence and no level up. So, essence is going to be a win. Level up is going to be a big loss. And if we move across to the 4-star box, we really need some big essence here. 5. It's a bit naff. 5 essence for finishing 13th. Okay, we got another box. Come on. 5. Oh, I mean, this essence open really doesn't give me the same sort of vibes as the card opening does. The best I could have got there is, let's say, 40 essence. And then even then, or let's say I get 50, right? A tier 4? Do you really want to see me craft a tier 4 plus? I mean, maybe people do. Let me know in the comments. But for me, I don't know if I'd be doing reward openings anymore. I thought it was like those other rival boxes where you had a chance of getting cards. But if it's literally just essence, I might as well just do that off screen. And then when I finally hit, you know, in 4 years time, when I finally hit 500, I'll just show you what tier 1 I got. So that is a little disappointing. Mazraoui was a fantastic reward. Obviously, in season, you don't need to worry about any of this, you know, RNG. It's all cash focused. So absolutely buzzing with that. And I'll just show you how these teams went. The Arsenal-Spurs combination was near perfect in the first game week because Bukayo Saka popped off, Kai Havertz popped off, Rice did, you know, medium okay, and then Spurs were gonna keep their clean sheet. They were looking so dominant in the first half, and then just one lapse of concentration from the defence, and then all of a sudden Leicester scored, completely changed the game. We've been promoted here. This was a Premier League redemption arc, it was called, because I think I was in the bottom division. I'm now in the top division, and we can rename it to North London Forever, because that is the combination. It's an Arsenal song, but North London, Spurs and Arsenal. It's gonna trigger some people, hopefully. But yeah, my new stacks have been working well so far. We look at the old stacks. We've got a combination of Liverpool and Newcastle. Of course, we've got Porro, who I really should have swapped out for Romero, but it wasn't even close for me. Essentially, should have captained Salah. He got a better raw score of 78 versus 66. But when you consider the fact that Salah got 2 decisive actions and Guimaraes got none, this is why I almost think it was the right decision. Like, if you had to go for the rest of the season and pick, right, do you want someone to get 2 decisive actions and they'll get 78, or you can gamble on them getting 1 and get, you know, what would that be, like a 90, 95, 96? I mean, for me, it's definitely leaning towards Bruno Guimaraes in those situations is a better selection. Now, you could turn around and say to me, it's more likely Salah gets 2 decisives than Guimaraes gets 1. I'm not sure. Depends on the fixtures. Ipswich away versus Southampton home. I think Guimaraes would have been right in there for a decisive if there wasn't that awful Shah decision of sending him off. That was just pretty harsh in my opinion. Again, let me know what you think. But overall, this was a really solid team. You know, I bought Jota for like £40. I've been sitting on Alisson. Immediately I bought him. He got injured. That's a bit of a trend on my Sorare journey. And then Porro was just an outstanding header and like didn't make it into the first team. But he's showing his way for next game that he wants to be in there and fighting for it. Nothing special from the B team here. I mean, it's probably now the C team after everything that's gone on. So maybe that needs a rename as well. But ultimately, didn't really expect too much. A couple of difficult fixtures, which is what made this next one even more surprising. The C team, probably now the D team, just went absolutely nuts with a 16th place finish. Danny Welbeck could be that guy this season with a raw score of 76. Joel Veltman, who I must have bought for like... It's Joel, by the way, isn't it? Not Joel. Anyway, Joel Veltman. Yeah, that is ridiculous. I picked him up for £6.16 in an auction in February, and now he's part of a pretty outstanding finish with no decisive actions, 76 away to Brighton. Steele kept his clean sheet. Mitoma was it a goal? Yeah, a tapping goal. I saw the highlights for that. And then Robertson let me down with a 48. Now, he wasn't certain to play, but I had that feeling that he would start. So I played him, he started, and he just didn't rip. Like, clean sheet. Well, he came off a little bit early because he wasn't completely fit. How many minutes did he actually play? 79. Plenty enough to get a decent score, a decisive. I was disappointed with that. Easily would have won it with, you know, a better... You know, a decisive would have won it easily. And let's just check, actually, because some of these leaderboards are pretty tough. Like, well, maybe I wouldn't have. 446, what team are you rocking? What is this? Like, Onana, Guardiola, Saka, Salah, and Doku in Premier League Division 4. You've probably won... Yeah, you've won a Tier 1. And then, like, fine, it kind of makes sense if you win a Tier 1. But, like... This team, Edison, Guardiola, Bernardo Silva, Doku, Kovacic, yeah, these, like, I think they'll sort themselves out eventually, but those are not the sort of teams that should be in Div 4. This is the sort of team that should be in Div 4. You know, once in a lifetime, Veltman, Welbeck, Mitoma and Steele are going to, you know, put up a show for you. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully the new manager at Brighton is going to do fantastic for them. Let me know what you're thinking of the new season on Sorare. I've got off to a good start. I think classic competitions need a little bit of a rewards boost, but I am back